はい、迷惑の今月開幕 I forgot my subtitles. Oh, there, finally. I almost forgot about my subtitles, but yeah, this is your dark-skinned wolf boy, VTuber Dokuro! And today's a Monday, so we learn Japanese. I teach Japanese. So yeah, so surprisingly, or at least no, I said this yesterday, but surprisingly, the weather storm, like the winter storm, wasn't that bad. So, like, thank goodness, I don't have to deal with blackouts. But yeah, how is everyone doing? So this is one of those rare streams where I mostly speak in English. Oh, that's rare. I mean, nowadays probably not that rare, but still. Still. So how is everyone? Okay, there. For some reason, whenever this becomes like inactive, it gets obscured and stuff, which is not a good sign. Definitely not a good one, but oh well. So yeah, you know what? Let's get right into it. Let's not waste everyone's time, or it's fine. It's not that, you know, we're in a rush. We're here to learn Japanese. But yeah, I still remember when, you know, these like Japanese lessons were done on a tablet. Oh, hoo boy. Hoo boy. So yeah, since, you know, we are learning Japanese, this is... So we have video request, music, song requests on. So you may request music of your choice. or do I even allow you to pick a song? Just kidding. Go ahead, actually. Go request whatever song you like. Don't ask me why the current song is like Wuthering Waves. Like, I thought we're learning Japanese, not dodging attacks. Like, no. So yeah, it's been a while since we've done a basic Japanese, so let me just like type it, I guess. So I think it's better if I call the N5 level Japanese beginner's Japanese. So yeah, I know I'm using like my desktop, so the moment I minimize the thing, alright, so before that, you know, it's actually worth like taking a look at things. So let's give ourselves a review of the stuff we have learned. So yeah, last time, this was like 2 weeks ago. No, this is like 3 weeks ago. So 3 weeks ago, we actually started off with a bunch of vocabulary. So we have like nouns for some activities, people and things, places, time, and then we're introduced, some verbs, real verbs, just one though, and adverbs and other expressions. I want to like do something. Hold on. Okay, is this better? I don't know. I just added like monitoring on my end so that, I can hear what I say. Like, maybe. Maybe. Okay. So I know this was like a lot of like basic expressions and the like. And then in turn, we discussed like 2 grammar points. So we have there is, there is something. So X ga arimasu or imasu. And then taksan. So taksan is basically an adverb of frequency. So yeah, with that, we can actually proceed to learning more grammar points. So for a lot of, things I will teach here, it'll be mostly grammar and probably kanji as well. Because we're learning Japanese, we have to learn Chinese too. Makes you think sometimes, like... Hold on. My mic arm is never straight. I mean, I'm not, but... Maybe I could rotate my microphone. I give up. I give up. Or I can just like literally treat this like any other tablet in the world and just like put it on my lap. Okay, Rokuro, what are you doing? I don't know. Like, I sometimes ask myself the same question. What the hell am I doing? Like, deadass, I have like I have the tablet on my arm right now. No one would notice though. I give up. Okay. Whatever goes, goes, I guess. Okay, what am I supposed to do again? して As always, bunpo is grammar is bunpo in Japanese. Okay, so our first grammar point actually would be about time durations. I think it's better if I actually generalize this as it's been a while since I last wrote Japanese, so I'm a bit concerned I may have been rusty. So, time duration or jikan, because in general time is just like toki. So in general time is toki, but jikan means time interval. So what are like our time intervals usually? So let's list those, like, you know, time intervals. So usually let's go for like the second. So second is Byo. So if it's by the second, we say byo. For example, 1秒、2秒、3秒、45秒. So next up would be the minute. Fun. Or sometimes it has sometimes the fun here can have like the handakten, the circle, so it can be like fun such as, you know, 2分, so 2 minutes, 1分, 1 minute. Notice that I have like the small tsu, the glottal stop, as well as the half diacritical mark. So yeah, learning like the minutes from like 1 to 10 would probably be like the harder thing, but so there are like cases where you would say 1分間. So you can add kan, but for most part this is optional. It's adding kan here is like rarely used, so even just saying ipun, you're pretty much understood that you're referring to the time interval. And the next one, so jikan would be for the hour as well, hour specifically. So, for example, that'll be like 1jikan, 2jikan, 3jikan. Oh, second I did mention... So, second I just mentioned earlier, it's byo. So, have you watched JoJo? Have you watched JoJo? Like, whenever Dio counts something, like, whenever Dio counts his, like, stand duration, like, Zawardo! You know? And stuff. He says, 1秒経過, 2秒経過, 3秒経過. 経過 means... Keika literally just means has passed basically. So 1秒経過 1 second has passed. 2秒経過 2 seconds have passed. 3秒経過 3 seconds have passed. So for now, I'm listing the time durations here so that, we know like the overall picture. So far we have byo, second, fun, minute, jikan, hour. How about day? Milliseconds. Normally, you don't even mention that anymore. Like, sometimes people will just say miri. Or, if you're that specific, either you would say something like decimal seconds, if it's like milliseconds, or milibyo, milliseconds. But yeah, those specific, anything smaller than seconds simply, just gets represented by a decimal like a decimal value at this point. So hour after hour we have day. Day is a bit tricky. We'll have to skip like specifics because it'll be like it'll be like another set of memorization. But I think it's fine to, just mention that here. So day would be okay, there's a reason for why it's either ka or nichi. Because when you for counting the days in Japanese, if it's 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 14, 20, and 24 all have special names. Yeah, that annoying. So let me just put this as like a special note. So what if it's like outside, you know, those 1 to 10, 14, 20, and 24? So for example, 11, 11日、12日、13日、15日、16日. So you can use, you know, nichi on those outside of the special numbers. And why do I have this, you know, optional? This is also optional, the kan part. Because you could say 11日間 or 11日 only. So 11日, that means 11 days. If it's only, you know, without this, you either have... You are either saying it's the 11th of the month or 11 days. But then ultimately it depends on context. So this one, actually, this is just optional. So for a lot of cases, this is optional. So I cannot even like bother for this one. How about weeks? For weeks, you would say 週間. So this is for weeks. 1週間、2週間、3週間、4週間, so on and so forth. And then next up for month. So you were kind of expecting 時間、週間. How about month? Prepare to be disappointed. Kagetsu. It's not getsukan or gekkan. No. So, how do we go with this? So, 1ヶ月、2ヶ月、3ヶ月、4ヶ月、4ヶ月、5ヶ月、6ヶ月、7ヶ月 or 7ヶ月、8ヶ月、9ヶ月、10ヶ月. So this small K looking kanji, well, you can think of this as like this like the K katakana, but like smaller. Kind of weird, right? And then you have like years being being, the usual years. So these are the time durations from seconds to year. So Byo would be second, Fun would be minute or Pun, depending. And then we have Jikan, and then Nichi or Ka if you're using like special, the special numbers. Shukan for week, Kagetsu for month, and then Nen for year. Okay, so let's actually go for like some examples for this one. So I won't delve too much on like the seconds, the minute, day, week, month, year. We'll learn about those eventually. For now, we'll mostly focus on Jikan because that's what we have previously learned. Or not really previously learned, it's more of like I've introduced it like 3 weeks ago. Alright, so let's have some examples. Okay, whose name are we going to, use this time? Okay, first off, let me make an example of myself. You already know how to read the numbers in kanji, right? Hold on. I mean, Erohon is kind of corny. You know what? Might as well, remember in Japanese, there, you know, there isn't like a clear difference between like, you know, a singular and a plural form of something. So if I say here dojin, like dojinshi for example, it could have been just one, it could have been a lot, you know? So let me put the English equivalent as well. That was a lot. Oh my god. Saniku, thank you for coming. Maybe I should, you know, change some of those settings next time. Not gonna lie, wrong name, wrong name. Not here. But yeah, thank you for coming. I'm teaching the saucy Japanese. I don't know. This one, I'll teach it soon. I forgot I haven't taught about the past tense yet. Oops. But yeah, this is past tense. I'll teach it after time interval, like jikan. I forgot I haven't taught everyone about this. Like, I'm supposed to teach it today. So, Rokuro read Dojinshi for... Or, you know what? Alright, so yeah, we finally have this example. So in Japanese, let's read. Rokuro kun wa dojinshi o 3 jikan yomimashita. So you may probably think from the looks of it, it's probably singular, just like I read one dojin for 3 hours. Where this doesn't really say whether I read a lot or just one. I just say dojin, like dojinshi. Because this is an object, it's not really something you could explicitly put a singular or a plural verb. Sorry, a singular or plural form. But yeah. Rokuro-kun wa dojinshi o 3 jikan yomimashita. So, Rokuro read dojins for 3 hours. my favorite pastime. Reading doujins. Particularly if there are 18 and they're shota. Ah. Oh, I didn't say shit. I did not say anything. Nani mo tinay. But yeah. So notice the placement of the time duration. So our time duration here is 3 jikan, 3 hours. So this is our time duration, 3 hours. So, if you actually exclude 3 hours in the Japanese sentence, it'll read as 66は同人誌を読みました. Which basically means Rokuro read doujins. So, the standard pattern is that the time duration is usually immediately before the verb. So in a sense, this is adverb of time. So this functions as an adverb of time, right? So we still have the entire subject here, or the entire topic. In this sentence, the subject and the topic functions are the same. So this is about me, I'm the subject as well. And then, what is the object? Dojinshi. Why? Because it's preceded by o. And then, if you want to specify the time duration, you'll put it in just before you mention the verb. Okay? Which is like a bit different from English because if you notice, subject, and then and then you have the verb, and it's not, and it's not adverb of time then object. No, it's actually, subject, verb, object, and then whatever adverb you have. Okay. Doujins, you probably know what doujins are. We probably know what doujinshi is. Oh yeah, fun fact, for those who have like 7TV, the plugin installed or whatever, you'll see I may have put in interesting emotes like this, for example. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Oh wait. Oh, there. Praise not to get banned. Yabai zo. So let's try another example. So the nice thing about, jikan, hour, is that just attach a number you like and it basically preserves like the original reading. So 1 jikan, 2 jikan, 3 jikan, 4 jikan, so on and so forth. I think the only exception is 4 hours where you would say yoji ka instead of yon. Like so usually this is yon, right? In this case, you would just like drop the N, so Yojikang. I think that's like the only exception. I'm just surprised I still never had like the real need to put in an R18 tag for all my streams. Considering the amount of like dirty jokes I spew on a daily basis. Like, you know. Ching! No. No. Okay. Let's try another example, but I'll use minute this time. What's a good name? Like it was supposed to be, you know, like from the series called like inspired by Show by Rock. It's yeah, the 69-bit here being like closer to Rock than, you know, the sex number like because Show by Rock one of those like rare stuff by Sanrio where that I actually get to genuinely enjoy. Simply because it has men. Yep. So yeah, so Show by Rock started as a mobile game. A rhythm game, in fact. And you know how a lot of like rhythm games tend to like have like shortcuts, like short forms of their names? Like for example, Uta no Prince-sama, we just call it Utapri. King of Prism, we just call it Kimpuri. So on and so forth. For Show by Rock, we actually just call it... It's actually called SB69. We do get this bit. But why Rock being 69? Okay, so 6 is Roku, right? And then 9 is actually either Q or Ku. So this involves actually like a number joke or number pun by the Japanese. So it's like just simply remove the ku bit here. So roku. So for Japanese, rock is roku, right? Roku and then roku. And that line of thinking is actually what helped me decide to take on Rokuro. Yep, same line of thinking. Hence, it's Rokuro. This raw bit, this is the onyomi of okami, which means wolf. So a lot of like translator software would literally just, you know, put my name as 69 wolf. I mean, because that's like the literal translation, but who would know? But yeah, a lot of like fun tidbits as to how I actually got to formulate my name. But yeah, but then I guess at the same time I'm unsay so, like, you know, I'm a sussy baka. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Well. Oh, speak. I can still see like funny how like the 4, the FOR word becomes like the number 4. Yeah, maybe type like some more common words, you might be able to discover some stuff along the way. Okay, so let's have for like another example. Oh, okay. I know I'm using words that I have not previously introduced to everyone, but you know, I'll introduce them to everyone. What's yakimasu again? Oh, there. I almost forgot the kanji of to grill. So this one, this is actually quite safe. So, buta baraniku o 5分焼きます. So, buta baraniku is... So, buta is pig. So, baraniku is basically like the rib, the belly part of whatever. It could be beef, you know, for... But usually, usually pork belly is buta baraniku. So what is our time duration here? 5分, 5 minutes. So without the time duration, what does it read in Japanese? Buta baraniku yakimasu. Grill the pork belly. Okay, so I hope you're understanding the pattern now. We're good? We're good? We good so far? So yeah, as like probably I'll just like mention this in passing. For minutes, one minute is 1分. 2 minutes 2分. 3 minutes is 3分. 4 is 4分. And then 5 is 5分. And then we have so 6 is 6分. 7 is 7分. 8 is 8分. 9 is 9分. And then 10 is 10分. So how about 11, 12, and so on and so forth? So that'll be 11 would be 11分. And then 12 is 12分. So on larger numbers, actually, it's, for example, 127 minutes. So we have 127分. So the only like special reading effect, so it's applicable on the ones place. So I hope you remember. I hope you all remember this though. I can always like keep this here. It's fine. So let's go for like one more example. This time I'll use kagetsu. So the month. I'll use month this time. Yes, for kagetsu would be the time duration for months. Because if you just say ichigatsu, rigatsu, that's referring to the months in the calendar. Yeah, like counters for like certain things can get annoying. Like for example, like this actually shares like the same property as counting like number of places or number of locations. For locations, you count as kasho. 1箇所、2箇所、3箇所、4箇所、5箇所. But if you're counting like stores, tempo. I know, it can get annoying. Like, Japanese counters are so annoying. Even the Japanese get annoyed. Thank you. It's... Yup, for like birds and a rabbit, you actually count them by the wings. For large animals, you count them by the head. For small animals, it's hiki, ipiki ni hiki. For machines, you count by tai, like ittai, nidai, sandai. Ugh. Like, bruh. I don't even know where to start explaining stuff about counters in Japanese. It's one of those things you'll just eventually learn as you get by, but only learn one thing at a time because you'll get overwhelmed otherwise. Not fun. Okay, I don't know what's like a good like example for months. Like what activities take months, you know? Oh. You know what? Let's go for like practice, you know? Renshu. Or it could be like sports training, you know? Okay. 올림픽 시합まで Let's invent a name. Tanaka Senshu. How original. What's Senshu again? Hold on, what kanji does it use? Ugh. I hate this. This is like Japanese. You know what? I'll drop Senshu. You know what? I'll go for San. Screw this. This is too hard for basic Japanese. So we have the Japanese sentence here. Let me just put in the English as well. Okay, so oh my god, for someone who's on say so, I have perfectly say so sentences, okay? Huh. So, オリンピック試合まで田中さんは9ヶ月練習します。So, Tanaka practices for 9 months until the Olympic tournament. Or honestly, you can ignore this for now. Like Olympic 試合まで until the Olympic tournament. That's basically it. So Tanaka-san. So we have the subject and the topic at the same time. 9ヶ月. That's 9 months. This is our time duration. That's some serious training. 9 months. Damn. So 練習する means to practice or to train. Alright, pretty good so far? So this is just like driving home like the point that the time duration is immediately before the verb. Which is, 練習します. And of course, since I introduced, months as like a time interval, similar to minutes, 1 to 10 has like special like readings. So 1 would be 1ヶ月. And then 2 would be 2ヶ月. You know what? Surprisingly, only 1 and 8 I think have like special readings. Like instead of 1ヶ月, it's 1ヶ月. So notice like the small つ. 2ヶ月, 3ヶ月, it's like still normal readings. 4ヶ月. 5ヶ月. 'And then I think 6 would be 6ヶ月. 6ヶ月, 7ヶ月 or 7ヶ月. I think it's more of like nanakagetsu. And then hakkagetsu. Or hold on, is this like hachikagetsu? Actually, this is just hachikagetsu. Hachikagetsu, 9kagetsu. And then 10kagetsu. Yep, that should be it for now for time durations or jikan. So let's proceed with our next, grammar point, our next grammar lesson, which is basically past tense. So you can probably say this is like one of like the bigger ones as well. Or maybe not, because so remember we have present tense for verbs. That's the very first tense we learned, right? Past tense, or I think this is kakoke. So let's review for a bit. Oopsie. Or you know what? Let's review. Remember the present tense? So for example, for a real verb, let's have a representative. Tabemasu, so to eat. So remember taberu. So this is a ru verb, so we just remove the ru and add mas. So how about kaeru? To return, to go back, or usually go back home and stuff. Kaeru, this is an u verb ending in with the consonant r. So ru becomes Stem form. U replaced with E. So, from ru to ri. So, kaeri mas. And then we have shimas and kimas, right? Just a special note, this literally means etc. Nado. Although nado is usually just written as hiragana. So we'll actually take a note on these. Mas, right? For past tense, it's almost the same conjunction. So, no, not conjunction. It's almost the same conjugation. If present tense is also called mas form, M-A-S-U form, the past tense here is the past tense is basically mashta, M-A-S-H-I-T-A. That's the only difference. Let me summarize it over here. All right, there. So affirmative present tense is mas, right? And the negative would be masin. Turns out, for the past tense, the rules of conjugation are almost the same. The only thing you'll attach at the end is different. For past tense, affirmative, it'll be mashita. How about for past tense negative, masen deshita? That's it. It's surprisingly simple. Yep, so we can actually immediately, make an example so we can immediately apply this. So let's have an example. Okay, you know what? I'll teach some bad words today. Family would be next time. I want to use that too, but it's still like kind of early. Yes. See, like, see how, like, you know, even the word bad becomes like an emote. 다음이다. 그렇지맞다. 야바이. このままじゃダメ. You know what? I'll use a generic surname. Like this is like a surname so common in Japan. Watanabe. Funny. I have to like add in the English accent for my subtitles to identify I'm referring to Watanabe. Oh, there there. Watanabe. Watanabe. Watanabe-san, Watanabe-kun. I like calling everyone with kun. Watanabe is like a surname. Watanabe is like one of like the a really common surname, and I think this is one of like the lineage of this is like one of like the families with a lineage of demon slayers, like Onigari. So there's actually this interesting story about you know how about there's this tradition in Japan. Every like February, I think it's usually like around like early February or so. It's called Setsubun. So there are like two parts of like celebrating Setsubun. So not Zetsubo, Setsubun. So first off is our what is it again? So one is the fukumame. So the bean throwing around the house and stuff. So and then the other one is like ehomaki. So ehomaki, so you're basically eating a thick ass sushi roll, whole, not sliced. Like the entire thing is yours to eat, while facing in what we call the eho, or the lucky direction for the year. all while not saying a word. Like, just shut up and eat the entire futomaki, like the entire. Yeah, hence I call it like thick ass sushi roll because it's literally a thick sushi roll. Futomaki. But yeah. So that's like part one of celebrating Setsubun. The second part of celebrating, like a thick ass. A thick ass. Like really, really thick. Like thick. Like might as well call it bimbap. It's fine, it's fine. But yeah. So that's like ehomaki. Fukomame on the other hand is basically like, I think those are soybeans. Like big ass, like not really like big ass, but I mean, but they're kind of big, but they're. What the hell is daizu again? I'm at the point where sometimes like I know the Japanese word for those, but not the English word. All I know is you throw daizu. I think those are soybeans. So yeah, so the soybeans, which are like dried and actually like kind of like coffee roasted, dried roasted soybeans, and you throw it around the house. You start with like the deepest of like the rooms and stuff, going out basically slowly outwards towards the main hallway and then main entrance. So there's the reason why fukomame is being thrown. So the one reason is to drive out the oni or the demons. Because Japanese legends would teach you, or the oni are allergic to soybeans. They're allergic to beans. That's their one weakness. That's one of their weaknesses. Hence, we throw it around the house to drive them out. And then the second part is to bring in luck. So by roasting the yeah. Arataki Itto. we love him. But yeah. So an interesting thing is the symbolism behind roasting those beans. We eventually call them fukomame, lucky beans, basically. It's basically because we want to imbue the beans with the fire element. So the fire element bringing warmth and luck to the house. So throwing it around the house gives you like two effects. One is to drive off the oni, the demons, and two, to bring in luck. Actually, afterwards you eat those. You eat the beans afterwards. But Rokuro, isn't it dirty? Hence you clean the house beforehand. Hence you clean the house beforehand. Like, clean it well. But yeah. Okay, what does that have to do with the entire family of Watanabe? I mentioned earlier, the Watanabe family are descendants of a line of demon slayers. Like Onigari. Like those who hunt Oni. So the descendants, one of the descendants is actually basically every Japanese naturally with the surname of Watanabe. So because they came from a lineage of demon slayers, the demons are already afraid of them. Because they have like demon slayer blood in their veins. That means they're exempted from doing this. They're exempted. They don't have to do the entire fukumame. Kind of fun fact, right? I think there are like some other families that are naturally exempted. No bees for them. I mean, they can still do it. It's just not required. So a lot of them just end up not doing it because it's a pain in the ass. 超めんどくさいんだからね。まあ、結局、まあ、やらない、まあ、渡辺の人が多くて。But yeah. That was like some story time just for like one short trivia. Okay, back to the example. Watanabe-kun wa because I'm streaming, I'll use like the other word for it. No, for real. Onani suru means to. Yeah. I told you I'll be teaching some bad words today. とにかく anyways. But yeah. So, 渡辺くんは今日オナニーしました。So the base is actually suru. So オナニーする means to goon. So so you know so suru for present tense we have shimasu, right? So for past tense shimashita. Just replace mas with mashita. That's it. You know another word for like, you know, for this one, there's like nuku. There's also like so there's like onani suru and then there's nuku. Oh, you saw that one. Oh, nice. Yeah. But yeah. So with that fun fact, there's a day in the year, you know, like a lot of like Japanese stuff, like, you know, something no hi, the day of, you know, whatever. There is what we call onani no hi, or gooning day, basically. When is it? The word itself is the clue. O, 0, na, nana, so 7, ni, 2, and then here, this, although this is like cho-on, basically sound extender. This looks like, what? The kanji for ichi, right? The kanji for 1. So the date for gooning day is basically July 21. So yeah. So expect a lot of fan arts of your favorite character. Ow! Yeah. So yeah, another fun fact, y'all. Oh my god, I'm teaching like basic Japanese, practical bad words, and also like practical like what? What am I even doing with my life? Okay, let's have another example. Ah, banana arigato. Ah, thank you for the otoko no banana. Ah, Kuriku, 来てくれてありがとう. Thank you for coming. I'm teaching about past tense. And what a word for gooning is onani. I feel bad for all the Japanese people with surname Watanabe. Like, I'm sorry. I used y'all as an example. Okay, so let's have another example. Yep. Banana. Banana. I mean, you can throw like two kinds of objects at me. There's like throw, which basically throws a random object. And then there's a specific just banana. If you want, like, ouch. But yeah, different redeems different reactions. Yeah, banana, otoko no banana. Wait, otoko no banana. I mean, surprisingly, I haven't found like, you know, a 3D object for. Yup, otoko no banana. Okay, let's have like another example. Yeah, I don't have that yet. Unfortunately, I don't have that yet. Like, kind of sad. What was I doing? Okay, Okay. I found like a good sentence. I think. Okay, ゆうべうなりを聞きました。So I heard moaning last night. So ゆうべ is last night. So remember 聞く which means to hear or to listen. So from 聞く becomes what? 聞き, right? So banana. Y'all just want to hear me moan. So 聞き and then ありました. So similar to what we've been doing for the present tense. But yeah. Okay, so what about X, Y, this? So what about like, you know? So how about like the linking verbs? Remember, this is a linking verb on what? The present form, right? So what about the past form of the linking verb? So let me just like reintroduce the table. Okay, let me just like put stuff here. Oh, was not supposed to be here, sorry. You can use the command you can use like the prefix SR to request a song. Like just follow it up with a YouTube link, like for example, something like this. Yeah. Okay, so we know the present tense for the linking verb affirmative is this, right? Rokuro wa seiso desu. The negative form being じゃありません. How about the past tense? So for affirmative, this is actually でした. So how about the negative? Just put でした over here. So じゃありませんでした. Kind of simple. So we can actually make some examples immediately. let's have an example. What's a good example? Kizuna Ai? I'm thinking of a good example, you know? Ah. How can we describe someone in the past? Okay. Okay, so... Yamada. Let's go for Yamada. And for example, he's our teacher, whatever. You know what? Just to be more, I know, this is too much. Okay, so... So we have this really interesting example, I guess. 山田先生は10年前110キロでした。So Mr. Yamada was... Funny how I put in 110 in Japanese but 100 in English. So yeah. So remember, deshita, this, right? Actually is our, linking verb, our be verb. So we use deshita over here, which corresponds to were, was. Okay? So just to provide like additional, context here. So Junin is 10 years. Although I wasn't able to like clarify it here, but yeah. We have nen being year for time duration. And then mae, you put in mae for before. And then what about like 10 years after, for example? Junen go. Go. So go. So, let's try again. Yamada sensei wa 10年前110キロでした。So Mr. Yamada was 110 kilograms 10 years ago. Okay? Any questions so far? Be good, be good. Okay, so let's have like another example. Just for like the negative part here, like じゃありませんでした。Did I mention I have a cover of this song? And then the scream. It's kind of hard. Yeah, welcome to the world of metal growling. Anyways. Okay. Thank you as well. Don't worry. VODs are saved on my YouTube channel. So in case you missed, or in case you missed anything, you can just always go back there. Okay. あれは okay. I have something bad too. kanji for hiki. Okay, got it. I know it's kind of long, you know. Jarimasen deshita. Okay, fun fact. Seihiki means fetish or kink. I think it's more of kink. Because fetish is nowadays mostly translated to fetch. Like yeah, so this entire thing ja arimasen deshita. I know it's kind of long. Any way for me to like... Oh, this is better. So yeah. So... Yeah, sometimes I teach you new words. New unexpected words. Yeah, are wa, so that. And then, boku no seihiki, my kink, jarimasen deshita. So that jarimasen deshita was basically wasn't. Okay, question so far? I think that should be it for now for our... For like our grammar points. Because I actually want to introduce some kanji as well. Okay? We actually... We've had fun over here. Like... I just need this like line just for me to like know until, you know, just for like dividing stuff. I just need this. I just need some of these as guides. So we will proceed. We are going to proceed to kanji. So we'll introduce some kanji. It shouldn't be like a lot of kanji. I'll introduce like only a bit today so that 2 weeks later we'll introduce a bit more. And then I can remove this. For our Chinese speakers right here, this is Hanzi. This is the traditional Chinese, and the simplified Chinese is Yeah, the above is like really, really simplified to hell. Anyway, so let me just go through my material. I'm not sure like which kanji have I introduced already the first time around. Oh, we introduced until when? A weekday. This one like really, really old. Okay, so it's until weekday actually, so we can introduce oopsie, sorry. Okay. I know which kanji to introduce now. So let's go with this kanji first. So this kanji means up. In case you missed that, let me write that again. 1, 2, 3. Simple. Or no, I had it wrong. So first stroke is vertical down and then 2, 3. So 1, then draw like the horizontal strokes afterwards. Okay? So by itself, so only with like just using this word, so this is pronounced as ue. Okay? So by itself, this is ue. So let's introduce another vocabulary relating to this kanji. So we have jozu. Jozu, which means good at. You'll see this probably a month later, like the next chapter. Jozu. And then what's a good one? 屋上. Okujo. Okujo is rooftop. Okay, so for now, only these three vocabularies should suffice. I know as you learn more vocabulary, you'll see more vocabulary, you'll see more words with this kanji. So if we have up, what about down? So the kanji for down is 1 up C. So first stroke. Sorry about that. So 1, 2. So a T shape, and then with like a knot, sort of. And the third, so let's try that again. So draw your capital T, and then a slanting like notch sort of thing. So that's it. So by itself, so this is read as shita, which means no shit. This means down. So let's introduce another vocabulary. Shikatetsu. Shikatetsu is subway. Okay, I'll explain why. Shika means underground. This kanji makes sense, right? And then what is Rokuro? What is tetsu? Tetsu means steel. Was it iron or steel? I'm never. Oh no, it's iron. So yeah, so iron underground, which means a subway. Which kind of makes sense. Kinda. Okay, so let's have like one more or maybe two more vocabulary relating to this one. Gehin, which surprisingly I forgot the meaning, so I'll search. Okay, never mind. Gehin means vulgar or indecent or rude. Okay? then we have like Jozu earlier, which is good at. You'll eventually see this as, in like a later lesson. So we have Jozu, good at. How about, if there's like up, how about down? Is there a down version of it? Yes, there is. But then this is not really called, it's not really kazu or gezu. No, this is heta. Yeah. So this is one of those like special words where the reading is not really it's not really provided like by each character, but only by the combination itself. So this combination, like only this combination can be called heta. But if you separate them, this is no longer he, this is not ta. That's not how it works. But yeah. So Jozu, good at. So if someone, if a Japanese person tells you, "Ah, Nihongo jozu," oh, you're good at Japanese. They're lying. No, I've heard that so many times. No. Maybe it's to flatter the basic, maybe it's to flatter the students. So maybe partially they mean it. But here's like the funny thing. A native speaker will actually like compliment you when you're learning Japanese, like when you're learning a language, until you're so good they actually start to give you a harsher standard. The harsher standard being, they actually badmouth you openly, like, "Oh, so hita." Like that only means already, you reach the standard of a high enough standard to receive the insults we also deserved. Anyways. So if there's up, there's down. Is there anything in the middle? Well, yes. So for the middle, don't blink. So this is a pretty simple kanji in a sense that, so you have a box in the middle and then a vertical line that splits the box in the middle. Like, okay, everything screams middle. So yeah, that's the kanji for middle. So let's go for some words vocabulary involving this kanji. So naka. So by itself, it's just naka, which means inside. Inside or within, whatever. So it could be middle, it could be inside. So for example, we have nakami. Nakami is like the contents inside. Let me just like verify. So yeah, basically the contents. Contents, filling, whatever. And then let's go for another vocabulary, another word. The middle country. Okay. So we have the middle country, which is this is read as Chugoku. The middle country, China. And then another word. So, chu. Chugaku. Which means middle school. Which kind of matches, you know, in the, like literally, this is middle, this is like to study, like school. So chugaku. So what is grade school? Shogaku. So small. Shogaku, shu, middle. How about high school? That's a different thing. It's koko. So there's small, medium, large. This is university or college. So yeah, that should be... This should be good for now. And then next kanji would be... the kanji for half. Which also kind of makes sense if you think about it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then split in half. I know. Okay, let's try it again. So I'll try it again here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you gotta think about it, this too may have been, you know, something that's been cut in half and now you have individual pieces. Maybe. So yeah. So start with like, so the vertical stroke, the downward stroke is the last one. So go with like the first two here. And then there. Half. So this is actually just like han. So it's usually used in conjunction with other kanji. So it's not exactly alone. So for example, this one. This means half. 한분. Like half as a noun. 한분. And then we've mentioned this about like time as well. So for example, 산지항. So this is like 3 p.m. Sanji, and then if you add Han, 3:30. Or the third hour, 3 o'clock and a half, so 3:30. Okay? Let me check for like more words involving Han. Okay, so we have this word. So half-hearted, so hampa. Hampa. This is like a na adjective. We'll learn about... Have we learned about na adjectives yet? Not yet? I don't think so, yeah. Hampa, so which is like half-hearted. Or, you know, or deadass, it's just like half-assed. Yeah, that's it. Like hampa, half-assed work. So yeah. So a lot of like vocabulary involving half is literally just like, you know, half something. 한큐, for example, half a sphere, so hemisphere. Like, okay. So let us introduce probably 4 more kanji. Just 4 more. Nothing too shabby. I just have like this as like a marker where I put my next thing. So the next kanji means mountain. So we draw this as, so first stroke would be the one in the middle, and then a letter L, and then connect. Which kind of makes sense. Figuratively, like figure-wise, it kind of looks like a mountain. Like, see the peaks. So let's try that again. Middle is the longest, and then an L, and then dip. But then, if you think about it, this looks more like a trident, you know? Hell's Kitchen. But yeah, mountain. So this is a noun, which is a good thing. So we have a word just by itself. So this is Yama. Okay, so what is Mount Fuji? So this is like the full name, like how you actually write Mount Fuji. Fuji-san. So this is Mount Fuji. Be good? Okay, so another vocabulary regarding this. Kazan. So a fire in a mountain. This is a volcano. So yeah. So this should be the yeah, this should be it for now. And then let's proceed to our next kanji. So this next kanji means a river. Don't blink. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Let's try again. So pretty simple. So it's basically like almost 3 vertical strokes, only that the first stroke kind of curves to the left at the very end. So that's it. Okay. So it's a river, so we have Kawa. Kawa. So this is well, no shit. So yeah, a lot of like vocabulary regarding, you know, river, like with this kanji is mostly relating to like river, like kawa something. I think we have like kasen as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm separately searching for some more words using my my trusty gshow.org. I just need like some reference basically. Oopsie. Kasen. Kasen. Or like rivers in general, big or small. I think that's it. Like that's what I can introduce for now. Like there isn't like anything like much interesting except like, you know, Tanigawa, Takigawa. You know what? I can put it here too. Takigawa. Takigawa is rapids. So what is Taki? This one? This is a waterfall. Waterfall. So waterfall and rivers. So rapids, basically. Kind of makes sense, right? So that's it for now. So let's probably let's do like 2 more kanji. I miss Luz already. Like this singer, like this song is Kakuriyo by Luz. He died last year. He died last year. And I think he's only like in his 20s. Like it's a real shame. Like Luz died. Like Luz, L-U-Z. Yeah, it's a real shame. Okay, origin. So actually this one. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Pretty simple, right? Let me like search for stuff. So by itself, this is pronounced this is read as moto. Which is like origin or base or source, you know. I think this is like the motto of Ajinomoto. Let me check. Let me just like confirm if this is like the exact kanji as Ajinomoto. No, different kanji. Never mind. So the motto for Ajinomoto. So the entire name is Aji no moto, or this is like also like essence or particle. hence what the Japanese called Ajinomoto, or at least the researchers at the time, they coined because they actually like found what's like the chemical compound for like that flavor, which is glutamic acid. There's like two bases of flavor basically for umami. So glutamic acid is the common one. And there's like another one, I forgot which one. I forgot the name. But yeah. So and hence, so glutamic acid is it's like the chemical we taste for umami. And the salt form of glutamic acid is what? Monosodium glutamate. You know what table salt is? Sodium... What? Sodium chloride. So by combining glutamic acid with sodium, you get what? A salt. You get a salt. The salt form of glutamic acid, which is sodium glutamate. Monosodium glutamate. Yeah, interesting stuff right there. But then it's a different, a motto. Different motto from, Okay, so let's introduce some more vocabulary. So who has played Genshin Impact? You may have seen this. Or heard of this. Genso. The source element, or actually, element. Like for example, Mizugenso, Hydro, Kazigenso, Animal or Aero, whatever. Honogenso, Pyro. Iwagenso, so the element of stone, which is Geo. Yeah, very interesting stuff. This is also like the same Genso you see in chemistry. This is also the same word. And then there's like another one. So a lot of like vocabulary involving this one is like, oh, there's another one. Jimoto. Jimoto is hometown. Or local. For example, a Jimoto no Super, so the local supermarket. And then let me check for like a... Oh, there. Like the second kanji right here, it sounds so. It looks like kind of like ominous. It looks ominous, right? So genkyo, which means like the main cause, negative cause. Or, you know, the main cause, basically. So for usually you see this in something like Aku no Genkyo, like source of all evil. Something like that. So when you say Genkyo, it already has like an ominous connotation, a negative connotation. Like usually, for example, if you're pointing, you know, if you're referring to a person when you say Genkyo, it's almost as if you're pointing the fault at that person. That kind of connotation. But yeah, this should be it for like origin. So a lot of like gen and stuff. So, and then this should be like our last kanji for today, last one for today. You may have seen this in Chinese as chi. You know. So this is like the one in, this is the Japanese one. 2, 3. Yeah. So draw the first one, so 1, 2, and then underneath another line, and then the third one. And then me. This is the Japanese version. What is the traditional Chinese? It's not exactly, but close. So this is the traditional Chinese. So what's inside is rice. For Japanese, they simplified it a bit so that it's me. How about for simplified Chinese? Nothing. Nothing underneath. Okay? This is like just some trivia right here. If you can think about it, at least, you know, Japanese still has like the general figure correct. Okay, so we have origin and spirit. Can we combine the two? Well, by itself, it's key, but oh well. Yes, we can combine the two, which is genki. Genki. Which means fine, great, you know, doing well. This is an adjective, by the way, so eventually, I think it'll be in the next chapter, so probably next month, we will be dealing with adjectives. Okay? Okay, and then, what's next one? Then, denki. Denki is electricity. What else? Tenki. Tenki is weather. And then let me add like a few more, I guess. Kion. Temperature? What's temperature again? Kion, which means atmospheric temperature. Let me just like confirm that, you know, it's correct. Like it. Oh yeah, air temperature. Kion. So there's actually like a lot of words referring to like spirit and stuff, which I might as well like introduce some of them. Oh no, last one. Kibun. So this is like feeling or mood. So it's either, you know, kibun ga ii or good mood or bad mood, you know. Kibun ga ii or kibun ga warui. You don't feel so good, you know? I think that should be it for now. I know we've spent a lot of time in kanji, so I should let everyone go for now. So yeah, that has been oh my god, more than 2.5 hours of pure Japanese. So yeah, I hope you've learned a lot of stuff. So don't worry, I'll export this and put like a copy of this in the Discord server. So for those who are interested in getting yourselves a copy, please do. 君のためにはあらずっと夢も砕く生けよ目の影で良きことのためとささやく見えないブラザーが劣をなせなんじ従順のまし受精よさ資料は今罪と知るべし Oh! You know what? Okay, so I have something to... I kind of want like everyone to listen to this. Like, Rokuro, what are we supposed to listen to? No, not this one. But actually, I have an upcoming cover song. Hold on, I'm being asked to sign in. Oh, there. So for those who are currently listening, would be able to listen to this one right now. But once this becomes a VOD, I only have like my default like background music. So all of like the media request music and even this upcoming, song teaser will not be available in the VOD. Eh. So let me just like look for it. So earlier, you listened to Kaku, Big Brother by Kakupi Bottle, or you know them as basically Hirasawa Susumu. All right, please enjoy Big Brother. So this will be my third cover. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. That's like the entire thing, basically. But yeah, unfortunately, it won't be, since it's like a special teaser. I really like tease the entire thing. Like, that's not a teaser. That's like a full-blown reveal. But yeah. So those who are currently tuning in, I hope you were able to listen to it. No redo. No redos. But yeah. This should be it for today's beginner's Japanese. So I hope you get to, you learn some nice things from me today and also some like bad things from me today. So yeah, so with that, who do we raid for today? Who do we raid for tonight? 誰をレイドしましょうか? You know what? I know this early this year, like literally the first thing I did this year was literally leave Shonen Academy. But I still love like my fellow former members there. So we will raid the Shy Shota. Don't forget the raid message. Here's the raid message. Please copy, paste, あとコピペお願いしますね。今回のレイドメッセージはこちらです。Yeah, please copy and paste once, we raid. So yeah, with that, the Crescent Moon of the Covenant has concluded. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you've learned, I hope you learned. Like I would be livid if you didn't learn. I would be livid. Not gonna lie. But anyways, so see you there. Oh yeah, I'm preparing the raid